After a really hideous day, I think it's worth calling attention to one of the session's major bright spots, which you may not have noticed if you're too busy fretting about how the averages are stuck in a total house of pain. I'm talking about Concur Technology, CNQR, the high-flying cloud-based software-as-a-service company that provides businesses with a cost-saving corporate travel and expense management platform. This spring, Concur sold off with all the other cloud names, plummeting from nearly 130 down to the mid-70s. Over the past 3 months, the stock's been making its way right back higher. Last night, we got some terrific evidence that the recent rally might be completely justified. Specifically, Concur reported a stellar quarter after the close yesterday. The company delivered a 9-cent earnings beat off a 16-cent basis on a higher-than-expected revenues basis, 28.6% year-over-year. Excellent booking, strength across all geographies, especially the U.S., Japan, Europe. Meanwhile, management gave magnificent guidance for both the next quarter and the full year, hence why the stock resisted the market's gravitational pull lower. Rallied $2.16 or 2.3% today. Had it been a regular, just kind of blah day, I think the stock would have been up 5. Now, that said, Concur is still incredibly expensive for the traditionalists out there. Trades at 95 times next year's earnings estimates. Stock has already given us a quick 17% gain since we last spoke to the CEO at the end of April. Can the rally continue? Let's take a closer look with Steve Singh, the chairman and CEO of Concur Technologies, to learn more about the quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Singh, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Steve, I got to tell you that one of the things I've learned from Warren Buffett is he likes companies that have moats around them. When I read that you have Uber, when I read that you have Airbnb, when I see that relationship with IBM, can anybody come in against Concur at this point?
Jim, look, obviously we're the market leader in our particular market, but great companies never look at where they are today. They always look at how do they deliver great services to their customers, how do they become a better company over the years, and how do they better serve their clients. And so when you think about where we are, not only are we delivering fantastic services into our clients and growing our customer base, but we're seeing the partner community around Concur continue to grow wonderfully. Airbnb and Uber are two great examples of that partner community. We also signed, of course, United Airlines and as a fantastic partner, Starwood Hotels, IHG, and so on. But I think that Airbnb and Uber are just fantastic examples of how, when you think about the world as an ecosystem, when you think about how we can all work together to drive value for the client, for the business traveler in our case, it's a beautiful example.
Well, I think that a lot of people initially, including our company, we thought, okay, well, look, this is a nifty way not to have boxes of receipts. But I like this image that you're tracing out on the conference call of what you call the perfect, effortless trip. Yeah. And just describe it to our viewers, what happens when the United flight lands, what should occur.
Yeah, so what would be ideal is, first of all, you ought to be able to book your travel wherever you want to book it. Whether you're booking it within Concur or you're booking it at United.com or you're booking through your travel agent. However you want to book it, we want to make sure that you get your corporate rates no matter where you book your travel. But wouldn't it be nice if that once you book that travel, it automatically flows right into TripIt, or it automatically flows right into your expense product? So it'd be fantastic if we can get rid of the expense report entirely. And that's one part of the perfect trip. But we're finding also, frankly, that customers are booking at more than just traditional places for hotels. So, for example, we signed a relationship with Airbnb, and this is a great company that is offering a product that's not available in any other way. And what we're finding in our customer base is that we saw a 25-fold increase in the number of our business travelers that we serve that were using Airbnb to book hotels or book lodging. And our customers said, hey, look, can you help us manage that spend? And so we partner with Airbnb, and now when you book at Airbnb, not only are you going to get your corporate rate, but you're also going to see that information flow right into the TripIt product and right into the expense report, so that your expense report is literally filing itself automatically.
Well, Steve, I got to tell you, I was going to ask you about the Global Business Travel Association, but you just stunned me. 25 times increase in Airbnb, but this is from executives, from salespeople, not just from like youth hostel people?
Yeah, I think a lot of people first look at Airbnb and say this is for millennials and maybe a very narrow demographic. But I think the reality is that it's a great product for anybody. And I think what you're going to see is with time, it will be as popular with guys like me who traditionally tend to stay at the Starwood Hotels and IHG hotels of the world. Or people that are new and entering the workforce. I think this is going to be a mainstream service and a mainstream offering.
Wow. Okay, I didn't think that. That I just learned that's a major data point I'm storing away right now. Now, you've got this great, people don't understand that there's this thing called the Global Business Travel Association where the big alliances are made. When you go to something like that, are you trying to be like at the Farnborough Aerospace Conference where you're trying to come back with wins? And did you come back with some big wins?
You know, we're in the very fortunate position that we're in many ways driving our industry forward, in many ways setting the agenda of what corporate travel and expense management ought to be, right? We're setting the bar for what that ought to be. And so we're certainly very lucky that when we go to conferences like that, not only do our customers and partners hear the messages that around how we're thinking about the world and what we're delivering, but they also approach us and say, look, we'd love to be a part of that solution. So when we were at GBTA, we saw a number of supplier partners approach us and say, hey, you know, we would love to work with you in this open ecosystem that you've defined. Because what they're really doing is they're embracing the way that their customers are behaving. Right? They want to make sure they serve their customers no matter how their customers want to be served. In fact, I'll tell you, Jeff Smisek from United, the CEO of United, he was asked the question around, hey, what do you think about TripLink and about Concur's open booking and open platform initiatives? And his answer, I thought, was just beautiful, and it was exactly the right answer, which was, hey, look, I want to serve my customer no matter how my customer wants to be served. And that's always the right answer.
Jeez, well, I'll tell you, you've done a great job. You reported on a very tough day because this is the stock that people want right now. Steve Singh, Chairman, CEO of Concur Technologies, thank you so much for coming on Mad Money.
My pleasure. Thanks, Jim.
All right, guys, if you want revolutionary, disruptive technology and you're willing to pay up for it and you're willing to accept the fact that it's got a lot of volatility, take a look at Concur. Stay with Cramer.
There's something in the water. And the only thing more dangerous than an encounter with these fearsome fish is missing out on a meeting with our stock market shark. It's Mad Money's Chart Week. Cramer's diving in to find stocks you can sink your teeth into and the predatory patterns you need to avoid. Think you can swim with the sharks? Tweet at Jim Cramer and show us the profitable patterns you've found. Cramer could feature your work on the show. Mad Money's Chart Week, all this week.